Hi everyone, welcome back to your channel. This is the third episode of using AI to simplify PostgreSQL. Uh, in another way, we can say that it is some AI assistance which can fetch the data from PostgreSQL. And in this episode, as per promise, I'm focusing on coding part to explain how you can write the code and create such this project for yourself. So if you are interested in this topic, please stay with me and let's get started. Okay, first we will talk about the frameworks which we would need. I think I made another video and I explained the structure about how you can create we can say that the chat part, how to can communicate with Ollama. Maybe you can include that chat part for other projects, but this part it added for PostgreSQL. So these are is similar. That's why we are not talking about these frameworks. Is I think it is also similar. We already defined in our last video about the chat. We can say the chat part of that. Then we only need to add this framework which is related to the PostgreSQL, and you can connect with this framework to the Postgres. Then here it's for Flask, which is we are using the Flask server, and we would need to define the parameters for your database. So in my opinion, or we can say that in my case, it's actually is a local host. Maybe you have your own host, then definitely you would need to change it. But I'm going for by default. This is the local host, and this is the database which I define, and this is the name by default is Postgres. Maybe you will define it in your DB, then definitely you have to change it. And the password which already has been defined. And if you I think I have a video about how you can install the PostgreSQL, then you can watch that video if you don't know how to define these passwords and how you can find these Postgres and so on. Then we have the chat part, which again I will not explain in details because already I have the video about that. Please watch that video. Just I'm going to tell you the differences. So these are for the model and also URL, and here the message part which you need to define as a prompt. Okay, the difference will come here because this is related to SQL. Then I have defined the one specific we can say the text here to give them some guidance to the Ollama. I'm talking about the SQL query. Whatever I'm writing here gives me the total, for example, employees. Then it should know this is the SQL. So this is the one of the important part. You have to define it here. So I wrote as a generate a suitable SQL query for following request. What is the request? This is the request which you will write it down in the chat box and ask about that item. Then I have defined the one, we can say the hints here that to say, okay, please make sure the table name matches the user request accurately. This is just only for to making sure the table name and everything is fine. The others is exactly the same. Nothing will change for Ollama response, the model, front, stream, and also headers and so on. Again, if you don't know about this part, please watch my previous video about this chatting bot. So here we don't need to do anything. Let's jump to query part. Then we will come to query. We define as a query Postgres and the argument as a query, and also we need to define the connection. So all these parameter which has been defined here already as a generalized here we have defined. So it just call these parameters here for connection, and then we use the connect.cursor and drop in the CUR for connections of the DB. But again, if you are really interested in this, to how, for example, because these are actually is very straightforward and very general, you can search about this framework, and all this information are available as a sample, and you can search to know about it. But again, for connection and so on are straightforward and same as my strategy. Then you need to execute the query, and also you need to fetch all the values and drop in one argument which I defined as a result. Then you will come here for the call names. So you will use this method to fetch the first element. So definitely if you use the 1, then it will fetch the second element. If you use a 2, third element, and so on. So I needed the first one. That's why I use this method to fetch the first element. And then we will close the cursor, and at the end close the connection. One more important part here is about the pairing the tuples into dictionary. I wrote here some samples to make sense for you to understand about that. For example, if I have defined the result, which is this a result, like this result, which I defined here. For example, if I have the values like this, 1, Alice, 25, 2, Bob, Bob, and 30. Yeah, this part. Then call names, because it gives me the name of the, we can say the columns, like ID, name, and age. Then I want to find the relevant data from the result to match it with the call names. So in that case, we are using this method that's a zip here. Oh my god, this not convenient. Yeah, this method as a zip call names row, then definitely it will match the age value with the specific, we can say the row. So ID is 1, name is Alice, age is 25. So this is the target for this line of the code, and at the end we will return this detailed result, and this part is for exceptions as an error. If they receive such this error, then it will print, and we are using the traceback for this type of the error. Then we need to purify this SQL, because this SQL, I mean, this message is too so many, so we would need to drop. We only select the SQL part of it. So in that case, I have defined this part of the code, which to find the 6 characters of this, like the back tick, and then SQL 1, 2, 3 SQL, which the length of that totally is 6. Here we have defined, which means if reached this part, then let's pick up this, for example, the sentences for the SQL, and whenever it reached to this value, then which means that it's end of the that SQL, and it can pick up these values. And this part is talking about the remove leading and trailing white space tabs or whatever to extract this query. Let me just show you one of the examples which I have triggered here. So look at here. This was a one message. I give it to the Ollama, give me total number of employees, and then there was many, for example, the messages as a response. Here you can see assuming the name is employee and so on. Then when you look at a little bit more deeply, then you will find like this. You will find the backtick and also SQL. After that, select count everything from employees. Yeah. Then after that, after this, for example, sentence, then you will see the 3 backticks again. So this is exactly what I have defined here. And when you look at the message, then you will see the Ollama. Let me find the SQL. Yeah, here you see generate a SQL query. It's exactly they picked up this SQL and send it to the Postgres and got the result. So this is the method for this clean SQL query part. And at the end, we will reach to for the chat part, which is also again the same. I have explained in the previous video, but again very quickly, let's go there. When you are sending the message in like this part, when type your message here, then it will come just the json.get message here. It will drop to the user message, and then it here just for the debugging. You can remove if you don't want. It's just for me to show in the message in the server, and then we can find what is dropping as a user message. When it's coming here, then it come to the query Ollama as a user message and drop into Ollama response JSON. So where is the query Ollama? If you remember, here it was the query Ollama, and the user message is here. Yeah. Then here again, it also print for debugging part. Then I am asking about the get response as a key value to get these values and then drop it in Ollama message. And Ollama message will use the clean SQL query, which already we defined, and calls the clean SQL query to extract this SQL. And then this come to the SQL query, and then query Postgres SQL and drop into query result. Yeah, this is the query Postgres SQL, which is also the argument of the query, and then it will drop into query result, and at the end the result will define as a JSON format. This will define as a JSON format, and this part is for exception. If there is an error, it will show the error, and also use the traceback to print this error. And at the end, you will see all this information like this message, which I have defined here. You can see the user message is here. This is the Ollama response, and This is the response and also SQL query here. And at the end also, I have defined the one index HTML for the template, which is related to this actually defined for the chat. It's a very simple, we can say the HTML part, and it's defined by default. Yeah, that's all for the coding, and I will share the code also below this video. Then if you have any question in this regard, do not hesitate, reach out to me, drop your questions in comment below. I will get back to you in proper time. Thank you again, and see you in next one.